Okay. We're holding Hague. The Mechaber says that if you read the Megillah in intervals, even if the pause, the amount of time that you paused was the equivalent, you could have finished the whole Megillah. The Mechaber says Yotzei. He's not speaking where you spoke. The Mechaber is speaking where there was a pause. And the pause was the equivalent, you could have read the whole Megillah, Yotzei. The Ramah. Now the Ramah adds, V'afilu soch being time. Even if you speak, not only if there's a pause of time, you read chapter 1, then you speak. And you continue. Although it's interrupted with speaking, you're also Yotzei. Miu gorim b'mishasoch being time. But a person who speaks, that person is scolded. You should be scolded, because it's inappropriate. If it's just a pause of time, it's not lechatchila. It's not the optimum way. But it's not an interruption. But to speak, it is an interruption. But nevertheless, the interruption doesn't invalidate the reading. That's the halacha. Kilkam sim tovrish. Sari beis sim abeis. Let's see the Mishna Berura.
So it makes a bracha, making a bracha on what?
On the Megillah.
On the whole reading? Or just
it's on the whole reading. Without even speaking what he has to say another bracha. Which would be Yotzei the Megillah. Let's say you read the Megillah without a bracha. Yotzei, you don't have to reread to say a bracha. Correct?
Right.
So you did the wrong. For the bracha, you definitely interrupted. You weren't supposed to speak until after you finished the complete Megillah.
I think that's the bigger problem. That you made a bracha on
Maybe.
You didn't finish.
Maybe. You know, there's a famous Rabbeinu Yonah in Brochus. He's the back. He's in the place of the Quran. Talmid Rabbeinu Yonah. He writes. There's a question. You say a motzi, you just eat a small amount of bread. You're permitted to speak during the meal, right? Because the bracha took effect. Even though you're permitted to continue eating, but yet when it comes to the Kir Shofar, you say the bracha. Right? On Lishmo Kol Shofar, you're not supposed to speak till you finish the mitzvah. They asked this question, the Rosh in Chulin speaks about this. A Shochit, when he says, Allah Shchita, before he slaughters, it's a mitzvah. So there's a question, is he permitted to speak after he slaughters the first animal or the first chicken that he slaughters? And he plans to slaughter 100 chickens. If he speaks, does he have to say a new bracha on the next act of Shchita? So many show it's a hefsek. So they ask, what's the difference between that and eating and birchas hanenin? Birchas hanenin, right? You start eating. Once you start eating, you could speak, and it's not an interruption between the bracha initially, which covers the eating that you can eat eventually. But yet, the subsequent acts of mitzvah, if you speak, you're required to say another bracha. The question they ask. Let's see the Mishna Berura on this. Shofar. What is the Shochet? He's not supposed to speak. He's not. I'll give you an example, but it's for a different reason. It's brought to Ramosa by B'dikas Chometz. Right? B'dikas Chometz. No, you're doing more than collecting the 10 pieces. It's a problem. If you're only looking for the 10 pieces, it's a problem. No, but he says you shouldn't speak. Why shouldn't you speak? Not because it's a hefsek and bracha. Because if you speak and it's not related to the searching, it'll be a distraction and you're not going to do a proper searching. So there, the speaking is not because you're going to invalidate the bracha. No, you won't respond. You won't be responsible in the act of searching what you have to search for. But by shofar, no, that's a hefsek, right? You're actually interrupting the bracha, but even though you blew a certain amount of blasts. Right? So then you could say it wasn't sufficient. By the shechita, at least you did a full act of shechita. Right? You slaughtered the first bird or the first animal. So you did a full act of shechita. What about the subsequent? So the question is, does each one require another bracha? Eating, to permit you to eat, you have to say a bracha. So it permits me to eat. Eat less, eat more, it doesn't make a difference. Here, each animal requires an act of shechita. Each individual mitzvahs. Therefore, so if you don't speak, so the bracha continues to be associated with everything that follows. But if you speak, so there's an interruption between the bracha and again the new mitzvah. Right? He's not supposed to speak. He's not supposed to speak. Va'afilu shoked ligmar skula. This has to do with likbor mezuzah. You put up a mezuzah, right? You have to put up 10 mezuzahs in your house, right? If you have a large house, you put up 25 mezuzahs. Sometimes it's even larger than that, right? Some people, what it costs a mezuzah, they can put it as a down payment on a house, some of these people. Okay? So after you put up the first mezuzah, you're permitted to speak. Because the bracha, the mezuzah that you said on the first mezuzah covers every mezuzah that you can put up. Side brought in Shulchan Aruch, you're not supposed to speak until you put up all the mezuzahs. Okay? Shechita is also d'oraisa. The bracha is Asher Kiddushanu b'mitzrosav. The exact same text. Asher Kiddushanu. The Gemara asks, Asher Kiddushanu al Mikra Megillah. Asher Kiddushanu. Vitzivanu. Vitzivanu. Let's see. Afil shokadei ligmar kula rotzlom b'sho yochel bazman hazeh likmar kol hamegillah b'roshat sofer. I just want to mention, yesterday I mentioned that a person, let's say, walks out during Kriya Shema, Birchas Kriya Shema, for whatever reason, to go to the bathroom. And you come back, and the delay was the equivalent. You could have said everything from Yotzei Mors to Gol Yisrael. You have to repeat Birchas Kriya Shema with the Kriya Shema because it was considered interruption. That's Kedei Ligmar Kula. Let's say if one person, he says the Birchas Kriya Shema in 3 minutes. Another person says it takes him, because he says it with tremendous kavanah, it takes him 10 minutes. So, what's Kedei Ligmar Kula? Is it based on each individual, or there's a general, the amount of time anyone could have said it? So everybody has the 3-minute limit? Well, no, it's individualized. Each person, based on the amount of time it takes him to say the Kriya Shema, that's Kedei Ligmar Kula. It's decided. It's each individual. It's individualized. Whatever amount of time it takes you that you normally would say it, if you have the pause to that degree in a situation where you're not permitted, like you went to the bathroom, because you're in a situation you're not permitted to say the Kriya Shema in that location, then it's considered an interruption. Okay. Right, 100%. He skipped Mincha. He skipped. You have Shemona Esrei. They ligmar kula. Yeah. No. No, you're right. Yeah, right. No. I understand. No, sir. Then it would depend. Ma'ariv would be right. Even regarding the individual. He walks out to go to the bathroom, comes back for Shachris, and he's cooking minyanim. Exactly. Good.
Where did you say the last part of the bracha wrong? Can you overwrite it quickly, like replace it?
That's a different question. That's Tokadei Dibor. That's Tokadei Dibor. If it's within a very short time frame, if you didn't conclude correctly, you could correct it. But if you let that time frame, which is literally 3 seconds, pass, then the bracha wasn't said correct. You have to repeat the bracha. You just repeat the bracha. No. That's Tokadei Dibor. No, that's something else. One's interruption. One is, are you still connected? It's a different concept. One is, no, it has nothing to do with it. No. Tokadei Dibor means Sholem Lecha Rebbe Mori. Okay. I see that. Either they took the medication or they had more sleep last night. One or the other.